Good morning. Welcome back to Dad Bod Trading. Here we are, April 12th, and we are sitting high on the horse. Well, not really, actually. I just have a chair here. But, you ready for some simple, average Joe kind of trading today? Well, that's what you're going to get being here, so hope you're ready for it. And right now, before I got on here, I was like, alright, so we had the consumer, what was it, consumer index, consumer price data that came out at 7:30 Central Time, or 8:30 Eastern Time, and it was good. The data was good, and so we had this huge pop-up on the SPY and the Qs, and we're actually, basically, we've been able to get back to the previous levels. Sadly, our swing trades haven't felt that. They're still down, but we have 2 weeks to let Pfizer do its thing, so I'm not too concerned about it. And then we have Oracle, which I picked up yesterday at the low of the day. I think I picked up some more calls. They were $2 a piece, and I was like, we're not to our stop yet. Our stop is $78, is $79 basically, and we're kind of getting there. But I'm like, I might as well grab some of these, and if it spikes back up, so I loaded up on, I think it was 8 of them, and we will see if we can get back up to this level here. I'm going to take all of those in profit, because that'll be a good, 100% basically on all of those, so that would be pretty sweet. That's the plan for that. And then we have, what is it, AZN? Yeah. This is working out very nicely. So bought a put yesterday when it broke the low of the day, and my stop was the high of the day, and it never got there, and now we're having a nice gap down today, and it's kind of bumping up against the opening price of several days ago. So we'll see what it does, but I would like to see it come back to maybe 68, 67, something like that. So we're going to kind of hold on to it for a little bit, and see what happens. I mean, we had a first red day yesterday, and we've had some first red days before, where it gapped down. Let's see, 66.3, 65.72, so that's 30 cents drop down, and then this here, hey, is looking to be about...
Yeah. Why'd they have to make it so complicated to get your phone on speaker?
They don't want people listening in on your conversations.
Yes.
So, anyway, how long have you been on here? Have you been listening to me blab away?
I just got on.
Okay.
Then I connected. I always like to connect to it quick first.
Okay, cool. So, I was just talking about, we have a few swing trades that are going right now. Pfizer, which was kind of unfortunate. Like, my entry was 55.60 yesterday. So I bought it. I really need to hold to the 845 rule a little bit more, because it spiked up immediately into the open, and then so I got a position, and then all it did was just fade the rest of the day, and I was like, bummer. But I have 2 weeks on the contract, so I'm going to let it go for a little bit. I want to see what it does today. Of course, if it gets ridiculous, then I'll let go of it, but
yeah.
2 weeks is a good long time for this thing to kind of come back up to this level, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to let that. Oracle, contracts on Oracle expire this Friday, but it hasn't hit my stop yet, and I actually loaded up on a whole bunch of cheap calls. My original position, I think I had bought. I think the original position, I had taken some profits up here, and then let one contract ride. It was like $30 or something, and by now they're down to $2 or $3 a piece. So I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that that $30 one is down to almost 100% loss. But
Yeah.
I decided to load up on a whole bunch of cheap ones, and I got like 6 of them, 8 of them, something like that. I don't quite remember. At $2 a piece. So very small position, but a whole bunch of them. And if it can rebound a little bit here, that could be, if those could go back up to $20 a piece, that would be a really nice profit. So that's kind of the idea there. It's not looking too healthy right now, but hey, we'll see what happens. I have until Friday to do something with it. And I can always roll the contracts over. And then we have AZN, which is one that I shorted yesterday at the break of the pre-market low. And then my stop was the high of the day, so I got my entry was about here at 750, and then high of the day was 71.28, and it only ever got to 71.16. So I held it overnight, and it's gapping down this morning, so that's kind of nice.
Nice.
And I'm probably going to hold it for a few days. I'd like to see it go down to 68. And that's kind of like I would like to see it.
Gap to fill down there.
Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like my swing trade here. This is basically using the Evolved Trader strategy, where you find a stock that has been going just basically straight up for the last 4 weeks, which this one basically has been, and then when it has a first red day, you short it. So I was a little bit like, I went into it a little bit soon. Like, I probably should have shorted it in the afternoon so I could confirm that it was actually closing red on the day. But when it broke the pre-market low, I'm like, hey, this is a good sign that it's losing steam. So my entry was I put a limit order in at $45, and for some reason it filled me at 63. I was like, okay, yeah. I don't.
In the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but that's fine. I mean, it's whatever. But I still kind of wish I could have that $20 buffer.
I don't care if you want more time to pay me for your view. That's fine. I just want to know about it. I just want to know what you're gonna wait. Just
Emmy,
Huh?
do you want cash?
Cash?
monies.
Do you want cash, check, or wire transfer?
Well, hopefully transfer.
But anyway, everything else is up. Like, everything is gapping up very nicely because of the
For a year. So I just want, if you need that, then it's totally
I
fine.
have it, and I'll give it to
oh
you.
yeah, what was the
I just forgot to yesterday.
So here's the funny thing. When you got on, I was talking about this, that the 7:30, here we go. Now where'd that go? Okay, so we had good consumer price data at 7:30, and that's what made the market jump up, which is awesome. That's great. We'll take that. But I saw this headline here, and it's like, the Biden administration's plan to tackle pain at the pump amid Russia-Ukraine war allow dirtier fuel. I'm like, what? And they're saying that they're considering options to make fuel affordable for Americans this summer driving season. So, the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, they're planning to allow a grade of gasoline called E15 gasoline, which uses 15% ethanol blend, which those of us in Iowa here, we're used to ethanol, you know. But here's what they say. It's normally not allowed between June 1st and September 15th, given that the blend is characterized by higher volatility and has the potential to produce more smog at higher temperatures. The release said that the president is expected to make an announcement regarding this on Tuesday. And I'm like, now wait a minute. They've been running on this whole thing of we need clean energy and everything, and we need this, that, the other thing. And now they're going to put fuel into cars that causes smog at high temperatures. I'm like, yeah, this is good stuff right here. I was literally like, before I went live, I was like up here chuckling to myself. I'm like, this is so stupid. So, if I was trading futures on this news, I'm sure that like corn is probably up quite a bit on news like that, because if they're going to put ethanol nationwide, that's kind of a big deal, because right now you only really see it in the Midwest. It's not something that you'd see in the deep South.
If they're going to be doing that.
What's that?
I said, I bet corn prices are going to yeet.
Yeah, exactly.
That, which is good for the farmers in our economy. Because
right.
Then we're sourcing more locally or whatever.
Right. The only problem with that is that it's going to make cattle feed go up. Because if they're wanting to... So, I mean, ethanol is going to be... if I'm not mistaken, it's a lot more... it has a lot more government... contracts, of course, but government subsidies, and so the farmers can make a lot more off of ethanol than they can just selling corn for feed. So that's going to jack the price of feed, which is going to jack the price of food for people, like meat. So it could just be a whole, here's the, put your tinfoil hat on, this could be their way of creating more of a food crisis for humans, make everything more expensive. But anyway, beside from that, I gotta do something quick here. I will be right back.
I should buy a couple hoppers of corn.
Okay, so we're back. Do. So, yeah, I was gonna, I think it was Viru? Yeah, it's Viru. That's what it was. So, if you want an amazing example of a short squeeze on a penny stock, this is like ideal. I saw somebody on Instagram mention this, and of course I'm not doing penny stocks right now, but this is an awesome example of a short squeeze and a dip and rip. So you have the anatomy of a short squeeze, of course, is usually it's a stock that's been trending downward for a long time, and everybody thinks it's going to die. And you look at this chart, the daily chart here, and that's all it's done for the last year is basically go down. It's had some good little runs, but it never actually breaks the previous high. Hardly ever. It always just kind of stops out. And so it broke a new low right here into the close yesterday. So the previous low, the lowest low was 439, and it got down to 434. And so everybody and their brother was like, this is gonna die. And of course it's an absolute piece of junk company. It's not something that's going to ever be anything great. So everybody was shorting it. Well, then they got into the close, they got some good news. Let's see here. And it was they have a COVID-19 drug that reduced deaths by 55% in hospitalized patients. So it's kind of like this, miracle drug kind of thing. And it's probably not going to get approved, but who knows. But it's scary. It's news that has to do with scary stuff, and especially COVID-19, So, excuse me, it spikes up and holds its gains all morning. Mm-hmm. And then you have the break of the pre-market high. Well, okay, so first it goes up, hits the pre-market high, and then goes back down and dips at the open. And if you're using the 845 rule, where you don't start trading before 845, then you would have an entry, somewhere around $6 you could buy at the bottom of this channel, essentially.
Yeah.
Or the break of the high of the day, which would have been right in here at 630. Either one would have been a great entry. But then it proceeded to just short squeeze. Like everybody and their mother had shorted it, probably around this level of 614, and their stop was at 650, and you can see that with the volume shoots up. Well, you can't see the volume there, but the volume shoots up as soon as it breaks 650, and it continues all day long until it hit a high of 1458. So it's an amazing, beautiful short squeeze that a lot of people lost a lot of money on, I'm sure. But if you were trading penny stocks, this is the kind of setup that you wait for. Like, you hunt this kind of setup where it's a piece of crap company that's at all-time lows. They get good news, it spikes up, it holds its gains in the pre-market. You get the dip that lures in more shorts right here, and then they get squeezed out and it just goes for it. So if I was doing penny stocks, man, that would have been a really good day right there, because let's see, 661. Yeah, it just did not stop. It stumbled just a teeny bit around between 7 and 8, but then it was just off to the races. And depending on how many people are trying to short it again, all those people are probably wanting to make their money back. They're probably going to short it again today, and we'll see what it does. But It was really, really awesome. The funny thing is, it has a history of these huge moves, but I think this was probably one of the biggest moves that it's made. Anyway, it's nice to see penny stock land kind of lighting up again. It's been dormant for a while. It's really nice to see some of these big moves.
Yeah.
What in the world is that? Oh, is it a squeaky toy?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, what?
I will just mute myself. I'm on mute for 30 minutes or so. Sam, what? 30
Okay.
seconds or so. Sam is kind of
Okay.
on his blank. So
That's fine.
I can still hear you, maybe.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. do 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 do. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Okay, he's done blending for now, I think.
Okay. So I'm really regretting the fact that I sold all of my positions on Tyson yesterday, which I sold them at a decent profit. I'm not regretting the profit that I got from them. But my goal was 94. And it had spiked up to, I think it was at 93.60 is when I sold. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just take profits here because the rest of the market's crashing, right? Well, then it continues to yeet up past 94, and it's continuing to go beyond that now. And I was just like, oh, man, I could have made an extra, 30-40% on it, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, those two are the first 5 candles there yesterday. I mean, that looks, with such a hard yeet straight up, it looks like it was about to crash.
Right.
And especially if the market was crashing along with it.
Right.
I would have said, because I mean, those are two really long green candles.
Exactly. So. And that was my thought exactly. So again, I don't regret taking profits where I did because at the time it seemed like a good idea. And plus it has had 1, 2, 3, 4, this would have been the 5th green day. And I'm like, man, I mean, I bought it at 91. And so it was making good money for me. And so I was super happy with it, but I just, just wish I could have taken it a little bit further.
I need to sometimes show me how to do like trail stops and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
maybe
totally.
Evening. Either you can come over or I can come over.
Yeah.
And then I can do swing trades with my paper trading account.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's a great idea.
And just try that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm wanting this to stay below 69. I really want it to stay down there. if it could break the low of the day again, that'd be amazing. Like I said, I would love this to get to, maybe 68, 67. But it looks like it's kind of taking its time here, so. Some of these.
I want your swing trading.
Yeah. I mean, if it can reach my levels today or something close to it, I'll definitely take profits on it. But it's kind of just taking its own beautiful time.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on over here? This is MDT is a swing trade potential, and it would be basically the break of this channel on the daily chart. So 1250 or so. Basically the high of yesterday. I would get in on it, but it just kind of faded all day yesterday too.
It is good.
I'm not seeing terribly many good patterns today, like.
Oh.
This is kind of an H pattern, kind of.
Yeah, I'll have to try to remember. Hopefully
Not
it should be
really.
less this time because I turned off
The bill
some
was
of my heaters.
370 something, but
Which,
that doesn't matter what yours is. No, 364.
well, normally isn't it like 400 or 500? Or
It
what?
comes down after the furnace. goes
What?
off.
What is, or what was it the last month? Do you remember?
400.
Alright, so let's see here. Let me go from here.
Which means mine should be down technically, because if yours is down, mine's probably down. Although mine's going to go up in the summer because AC. So Grace has been walking with Mom. That's great.
And then Mom left, and then Grace, we decided to do a cool down lap, so all of us just walked around once more, and she came with, so she did a mile.
Nice. I can't do that. I can't do that.
So I hopped on to got myself onto a program today on the workout app, and started that, and it was pretty awesome.
What were you saying, Nate? Sorry,
I was just saying that I got in, started a workout program. Hang on one second, I'm trying to figure this out here.
I don't know if the peanut butter goes with the fruit.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering. It was quite. I mean, it was good, but it
But
was.
like, the fruit almost has like a nice, that's almost the peanut butter. Yikes.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back. Had to deal with a Patrick who was waking up. Yep.
Well, Sam and I are about to head to work because we're just being lazy this morning because it's
Oh.
really nasty out, and
It is nasty out.
although it's not cold, which is nice.
That is nice.
And then, yeah.
Although it does say I did trade it.
I already talked to him about yelling and stuff. He gets up.
It may not have updated it. There goes Ryan. Uh-oh.
Oh, you better get going.
Left behind.
That's okay. Dad's gonna take most of the day today because he has to prepare for his message. Well, he may not come to the job, he said, because he's got to prepare a message, so.
Okay.
Where are you preaching?
Our church.
Easter.
Aren't you going to be out in Wyoming?
That's where they're leaving tomorrow.
Then our Easter family. It's going to be a very quick trip. We're only going to be able to see Josh probably, maybe have supper with him and then have breakfast. And we're going to have to get that.
I'll be back Saturday.
But it's just our point was to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave's been working really hard. He found out that Josh had plans to go fishing with someone.
He's going to go fishing with Chad.
Yeah, Chad, and then I told Dave, I said, hey, can you just tell Chad the fishing's off, but not to tell Josh that it's off? And he was like, we can do that.
Yeah.
So,
Chad's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
what's his last
Chad Smith. You know his dad.
Mark?
This is
Yeah.
what's the wife's name? It's Mark and
Did
Tammy.
Mark move though?
Tammy.
Alright, so I went ahead and took profits on this one here. I know it's supposed to be a
Okay.
swing trade, but I went ahead and took profits on it. Oh, and it's going back down. Bummer.
move back.
Probably shouldn't have.
From the back.
That's okay. I made 100% on it, so I'm
I mean,
happy about that.
let's see. Swing trades, generally you try and make, what is it, 80 to 100?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know why that number sticks in my head.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of a good number for it. So.
Missing yesterday or other days.
Motivation.
So,
It's above this little channel line here, so I'm that's what's making me think that maybe
Yeah.
it'll be.
Well, and hey, if you 100%.
If it breaks the low of the day, I might get back in on it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
couple other things that I want.
Oracle's going up. That's nice.
Well, Sam and I are gonna
Switch
be
circuit just
heading out
broken
here,
out.
so
Okay.
I don't know.
Switch circuit. just
We'll have
broken
fun, and I will be there in a little while.
Like goes
Okay.
out.
out. Well, one switch. will
Let me
work.
know what happens with
I
that.
already tried it because
The one that we were shorting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit.
Good thing.
Bye. Let's see, what's Oracle doing here? Alright. Pfizer's kind of doing its thing. Qualcomm is up quite a bit. That's nice. This little breakout. So alright, so we're back in on it here. And a little bit of a smaller position, which is fine. Got a strike price of 68. And we'll see what it does. Would have been nice to hold on to that other one, but hey. What can you do? The 68.50 level here looks like it was, well, we're kind of going into this little channel that happened several days ago, so we'll see what happens. So if this candlestick here closes in this form right here, we would call that a bearish spinning top, and that would indicate further move downward. If it closes green on the top, that would be a let's see, a bullish spinning top, which could indicate that it's going to go up. So we'll see. Let's see what it closes at here. It's really liking this 68.70 level. Let's see. Alright, I went ahead and closed out some of my oracle position here. So I would hold it longer if I actually had oh, this is looking good. I would have held it longer if I actually had some more time on it, but they expire on Friday. So okay, so our little candlestick experiment worked for now anyway. So that was a what did we call it, a bearish spinning top. Yeah, worked out very nicely. Look at that. And I'm just not feeling it on Pfizer. Like, I think I'm just going to close that position entirely because I just don't think it's going to work out. So Pfizer's done. We're out of Pfizer. I'm glad to be out of that. I'm going to hold on to this. Yeah, I wish I would have held on to that other position that I had over here. I mean, technically, it didn't go above the high of the day. So I guess I was just a little bit scared there, but... Okay, so I would say I'm going to set an alert here. And we can do above or at or below 68 level. And once it reaches that, I think we're going to take some profits because... Yeah. I might move it up just a teeny bit. Yeah, do that. What was the high of this day here? What is that? 13? I'm glad I'm out of Pfizer. That's good. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like I should take profits now. I think I will. See here. Okay, I'm gonna take profits now. Alright, so we made a good... What is that? %20 on that. There's a nice little day trade right there. Beautiful. Nice. Very nice. Okay, well, I'm out of all positions, and I think I'm going to close it up for today. I think that was a really nice overnight trade and a nice day trade there, the break of the low of the day. That worked out very nicely. It was a good 20% and a good 100% on the overnight, so that's awesome. And then we closed out our losing positions on Pfizer and then half of them on Oracle. I think that pretty much that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, I feel really good about the day. So we'll see what this does the rest of the day, but I think it can get down to 68, but I'm for a day trade, I like that. I really do. I wish I would have held my original position instead of getting scared out here. I really do, but oh well, that's fine. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, and thank you for being here, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. And I'm going to get to work and make some hourly wage, and yeah, so thanks again for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central Time. Take care.